It is time to go Gatorade Cup Series racing out in Phoenix, Arizona at the new ISM Raceway. It is the Grainger 500. Trey Rainey, the 18, has won the pole for today's race. To his outside second is the 46 car of JJ Reed. Then third is Derek Bouchard. Fourth is Dale Lightning. And rounding out the top five, TJ Hanley in the 23 car. Then sixth place it's Carter Friesen. Seventh place it's points leader Marshall Burrow, two-time winner this season as well. Eighth place we have Riley Sampson. In ninth it's Jose Mills, he's second in the points. And Justin Zidell rounds to the top 10 in car number 10. The rest of the field, there's Diego Yepes, who's outside, Anton Sharp on the 55. Then we have Kashan Richardson, Jeff Brent in the 5, to his outside, along with Jay Jarson, last race winner, and Ryan Brommer in the 6. And we have Cole Luigi with Michael Gregory. Behind them, Carson Bowers and Steve Morgan. Then there's Adam Garcia and Edwin Mendez, with Isaac Nichols and William Bullen. Then there's Max Anderson and Riley Spurleytube, with Luke Rainey and Eli Bright. Then there's Scott Gregory and Griffin Lynn. Behind them, Levi Shones and Nathan Stapleton, with Anthony Fox and Roman Fenway. Then we have Marcus Sachi and Jonathan Buford, with Sebastian Kukulon and Keegan Thompson, Nathan Orman and Casey Nako. And the final row holds Anthony Nez. To his outside 42nd is the 9 car, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. There is our 42 car field for the 47 lap Grainger 500 at the Phoenix, out in Phoenix, Arizona at the ISM Raceway. Let's go on track sign fire. This is up for 47 laps of action around this 1 mile oval.
Drivers, start your engines!
You're ready. Shut it back down. Strap. Fired up. Fired up. Fired up.
42 cars rolling off the starting grid to go racing out in Phoenix, Arizona at the ISM Raceway. It's a newly reconfigured racetrack, completely turned upside down, backwards, as the start-finish line now what used to be on the backstretch. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers use the dog leg, the apron, and stuff like that to get around this racetrack. 47 laps, as we mentioned, the Grainger 500. Trey Rainey and JJ Reed are on the front row for our first ever Gatorade Cup Series race at the ISM Raceway. Into the restart zone for the 18 driver, and we are green flag racing at the ISM Raceway. Two JGR cars get clear first and second. Trey Rainey leads lap 1. Bouchard third to second. Hanley to third. Marshall Burrow looks for fourth as cars drive down to the apron of the racetrack, looking 3 and 4 wide to turn number 1. It's a big place to make moves on that dog leg down the back, or down the front now. Off the corner down the back stretch. Very hard for the inside lane to keep touch with that outside. Can't really get the power down the bottom of the racetrack. You'll see that time and time again here today. Battles on for fourth. Burrow trying to get over JJ Reed with a 46 holding a nice line up top, keeping that 95 at bay for now. Up front, Derek Bouchard's gained on his teammate Trey Rainey to the back bumper. We'll see if he can try and make the move. It's very hard to make a pass here in these Gatorade Cup Series cars at this racetrack. We've seen it in practice. Over the back of his teammate, though. Look at that field. Spreading out, fanning out, 3 and 4 wide. Bouchard loses time to his teammate right there. Front 5 are clearing single file. Yepes to 6, getting by Dale Lightning Race. He's trying to get by him. They're side by side to turn 1. Yepes on the bottom of the racetrack. You can see Trey Rainey run the lower lane as the two behind him ran higher. Reed gained on Hanley because that's the battle for third. 3 wide now for Carter Friesen down low. Carter Friesen down to the bottom of the racetrack on Yepes and Dale Lightning. 47 drives out hard on the top side. Friesen, though, in the gas down low. He'll take the spot to start finish line. Can he clear the 32 on turn 1 and 2? Through the corners. This flat turns 1 and 2. Carter Friesen has the 6th spot. He gets by Yepes. Now the 32 might look for a crossover here. He's in the line. Dale Lightning and about Kashan Richardson for 8th place. The 3 car coming forward. He'll grab that spot over Dale Lightning. Move the 3 to 8th. Back to 9th for Dale Lightning. Jose Mills to the top 10. Getting by Riley Sampson. Battles on for 2nd, battles on for 4th as well. Burrow inside JJ Reed, slides up the racetrack, carries the 46 up with them, and they race side by side down the back. Marshall Burrow's got that spot, I think, on the inside 3 and 4. Be able to drive it hard into the corner on the bottom of the racetrack. Can't complete the pass quite yet. He's still side by side with the 46. Marshall Burrow looking to extend his points over Jose Mills as the 27 falls back on the outside. Burrow moves to 4th now as Mills now outside the top 10. Friesen going for 5th on Reed. Look at Yepez forced by the 3s up high. Carter Friesen going to try and move around JJ Reed in 3 and 4. He'll take the spot up inside the top 5 for the 34. Reed back to 6th now. Richardson to 7th in the 3. Battles on for 8th. Yepez has it. Lightning wants it in turn 1. Dale Lightning. He'll carry the 3rd to up the racetrack, trying to get the momentum up. Carson Bowers gains on that battle because they got side by side and went high. And Bowers wants to join his 2 teammates up there. Trey Rainey runs 1st. Derek Bouchard runs 2nd. He wants to make a JGR 1-2-3 at the front. Bowers currently inside the top 10. He's in 10th, but he wants more. He's going to try and get by Yepez for 9th right here. The front 2 pulled away from 3rd place TJ Hanley. As Derek Bouchard's all over the back of his teammate Trey Rainey looking to make a move. Can't quite do it yet. It's very hard. You have to set up these passes right. And it's very hard to stay right behind a driver. 9 laps in the books at the ISM Raceway. We've been caution-free so far in the Grainger 500. Trey Rainey's led every lap so far from the pole. Derek Bouchard looms in 2nd position, looking for a way to get around in the dirty air. And back behind the drivers are going up the racetrack. Look at Trey trying to block his teammate Derek Bouchard. Derek's trying to get to the inside turn 3. Yeah, he didn't have the run. It's getting hard to get the power down on corner exit if you're behind a driver. Once again, Derek Bouchard rides behind the 18 car. Carson Bowers moves by Dale Lightning. Another spot further forward, the 20 up the racetrack. Derek Bouchard goes wide through 1 and 2. He'll drop back, but not too much. He really had no one pressuring him, so he could do that and not lose too much. He can gain right back on his teammate. Carson Bowers moves to 8th, the 19 car coming forward. He has JJ Reed in his sights, that's 7th position. With the front, I would say 12 have pulled away from 13th on back, which is a battle. Isaac Nichols doing great here today, as he started towards the back of the field on the outside. Now inside the top 15. He won the Target Series race here yesterday. Back behind him, it's a scramble of cars. He has all 3 of his teammates behind him in that pack. Eli Brent Jeff are side by side. Jeff with the Shark Week paint scheme. That number 5. Just behind them is Nathan Orman in the 24 car. And how about down low Levi Shones? He'll take it to the bottom of the racetrack. 3 wide. Oh, Eli came down the 4 of Hernandez. They go up the racetrack, and Levi Shones gets away scot-free, and Jeff Wright does as well. Oh, how about that? Oh, Eli and Nathan Orr make contact. 2 teammates. They save their cars for now. We're still green. Oh, that's close. Close, hard racing back here. But Derek Bouchard makes the move on Trey Rainey. Riley Sperling to come on pit road. Issues on the 26. But it's Derek Bouchard out in front now in Phoenix. Rainey back to 2nd. TJ Hanley to 3rd. 4th for Richardson now as Carter Friesen moves inside the top 5. Marshall just behind him. There's Riley Sperling who came off pit road. He's still getting up to speed. Held Yepez up. There might actually be something mechanically wrong with that 26 because he's slower. You see right there, and the caution's out. It's our first yellow of the day here in Phoenix, and it looks like a hard crash. Jonathan Buford, Sebastian Kukula, and others have crashed, which looks to be in turns 3 and 4, and the field going to come down the pit lane. They can't make it on fuel from here. However, it's nice to get some tires on those cars, get as much fuel as you can into the cars. So it looks like everyone's going to be coming down the pit lane to get tires and fuel on these machines. They see Jonathan Buford and Sebastian Kukula in their pit stalls. They'll be done for the day for sure. So we'll see if Derek Bouchard's team can hold service on pit road and get their driver out in front of his teammate Trey Rainey. We're going to find out right here on Pit Stops. So Derek Bouchard across the start-finish line. He has one of the last pit stalls. You see Trey Rainey getting as close as he can to that 20 car without hitting him. There's JJ Reed in the middle of them. 2 tires going on so far. Will it be 4? TJ Jack down the 23. 2 tires for Derek Bouchard. He leaves. Trey Rainey 2. Carter Friesen 2. Hanley's going to take 4. Pit strategy. How about that? Mixed strategy. Some take 2, some take 4. TJ that's the first car off pit road with 4 tires. A lot of others, though, took 2. One of them that took 2, Derek Bouchard, is out in front here in the Grainger 500. Let's see the reason for our first yellow of the race. Jonathan Buford and Sebastian Kukula on wreck hard. Here is the reason for our first yellow of the Grainger 500. Jonathan Buford slides up the racetrack in the 1 car. He'll get into the side of William Bolin in the 31 right there, who gets up into the ADAV lap right. Then they come down, they get into the 1 of Buford. Those 3 squeeze together, stop on the inside. Nowhere for them to go. They're stuck together. They go down towards the inside wall. And right here, stuck together, hard hit. Buford up off the ground, Bolin up off the ground. They come sliding up. Ryan Brommer nowhere to go, right into the 6, into the 7. And they see cars just start piling in, nowhere for them to go. Look at Luke Rainey. I think he made hard contact with 31. There's Casey Neckler getting rear-ended by the 51. There's the 13, the 43. Looks like the 35, the 2, the 31. I mean, this was a massive crash here at the ISM Raceway down the backstretch entering turn 3. And it is our first yellow Gatorade Cup Series at ISM. And they just got hooked together. You can see hard hits up the racetrack. Zayden Garcia barely made it through. Scott Grainger got contact. Fitzwater missed it. But there were about 7 cars that got damaged in that, maybe even 8. As it's a massive crash in the Grainger 500. Derek Bouchard leads the field into pit road. The team takes 2 tires and gets him off pit road first. But now he has a restart to deal with, and drivers on 4 tires behind him. How will this restart go for Derek Bouchard out in front here at ISM? Coming back to the green flag as the pace car goes into pit road. Lap number 19 is when we'll restart. Derek Bouchard out in front of the field. Ryan Brommer, Jonathan Buford, Sebastian Kugelon, William Bolin, and Griffin Lerner are all out. Casey Neck goes 2 laps down. Riley Spurgeon was 1 lap down in front of the race leaders. The 35 has gone a lap down. Steve Morgan, the 19 cars as well, along with Edwin Mendez. So tough break for those drivers. They're all lapped down. 32 cars are on the lead lap. Derek Bouchard leads with 2 tires. Trey Rainey in 2nd. Carter Freeze in 3rd. JJ Reed 4th. Dale Letting in 5th. TJ Hanley on 4 tires is 7th. Green flag back out. How's this 26 going to do on this restart? Derek Bouchard, the first to break low. Out of line. Trey Rainey goes high. Carter Friesen moves for 2nd. And TJ Hanley got shoveled high. Remember, he had 4 tires. He was the highest driver with 4 tires. Now that's not going to be true. Falling back on the outside. Carter Friesen hard on the gas off turn 4. He's there on the 20. Side by side for Carter Friesen down to the bottom of the racetrack. Can he complete the pass? Carter Friesen won this race last season. He has the helmet cam. Let's go aboard them. If you wonder what it's like to lead the new configuration here at ISM, that's what it's like. Carter Friesen out front looking for his 2nd straight win in this race. Trey Rainey, though, on pole. He started on pole. He runs in 2nd, trying to run the 34 down. Dale Letting runs 3rd now. The 47 getting by the 20. Derek Bouchard falling back. He was the last winner at the old configuration of this racetrack, winning the Mountain Dew ARCA Series here at Phoenix. He gets carried up the racetrack by Gepesi because Sean Richardson takes advantage to go 3 wide to the bottom of the racetrack. Freeze is going to try and lap Riley Spurgeon right there. As Scott Gregory's on pit road, the 14. 34, a little tight down low. He's beside the 26, but allows Trey Rainey to close in a little bit. Richardson gets to 4th. And how about Jose Mills? He's now ahead of Marshall Burrow. 95 fell back to 27 coming forward. Jose Mills trying to gain points on Marshall Burrow, our points leader. Look at Anthony Fox to the bottom of the racetrack, car number 38. See Riley Spurgeon in between the 34 and the 18 now. So that's a buffer for Carter Friesen because Trey Rainey can't get around him. And for all these drivers, they're going to have to make another pit stop in this race. These drivers can go to about 26, 27 laps on a full tank of fuel. And they have to go more than that on what they just came in. So everyone's got to pit again one more time at least. If we get a few yellows, maybe they'll pit, and they'll have to pit 2 or 3 times. But they can make it on field from here at this moment. If a yellow were to come out, I expect to see everyone coming down pit road to get tires and a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel to make it to the end of the race. Jose Mills in 5th, Anthony Fox in 6th. That's a battle. 38 in behind the 27. And look at back here. 3 wide for Isaac Nichols down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's looking to win again here at ISM. Won yesterday in the Target Series race. He's looking to win the Gatorade Cup Series race here. He moves by Nathan Norman and Derek Bouchard to get to 9th. And here comes Levi Jones for a top 10. Now Trey Rainey's moving around Riley's prototype out there. Can he make it work on the bottom of the racetrack? He slides up. Oh, he got tight at the lift now. But can he keep it down there? Look at Dale Lightning with a nice run, the 47. Trey Rainey trying to get around the 26 to keep touch with the 34. I think he will this time. He'll cut the corner right here. So he's gotten through the 26 car. Now Dale Lightning jumps low in the 47. He slides up. Here comes Kashawn Richardson, 3 wide. He'll get to third because of that. Kashawn Richardson's been taking advantage of everyone else's misfortunes. Everyone else going to the racetrack and sending people up the racetrack, and Kashawn Richardson keeps getting through and getting 2 or 3 spots because of it. Richardson up to third with a flyer. Nichols flying up to 9th. Schoen's inside the top 10 to 10th. Nathan Oren back to 12th as Nathan Stapleton goes low. And look at TJ Henley. Ever since getting put high, he's not been able to find his way down low. He's going back to 15th. And Jay Jefferson and Jeff Bry are rubbing. They were leaning on each other. This is for 17th. Jeff Bry has it. Jay Jefferson wants it. He wants it badly. He's hitting that 5 at the racetrack. However, Jeff got a nice rotation on the top side there. Back up front to the lead where Carter Friesen has it. But look at the battle for second now because Kashawn Richardson not playing around. He wants to fly through this 18. Get up to that 34. They're 3 wide for the back end star. Pointing to Marshall down low for 5th. 3-way battle for the top 5. Anthony Fox middle lane. Marshall down low. Jose Mills up top. And Marshall Burrow will get to the top 5 again. 18 laps remain in ISM. Richardson's up to second now. Can he run Carter Friesen down? And the question is, who's going to be the first to hit pit road to get fuel? And what will the strategy be? Do you pit sooner? Do you pit later? Do you take tires? Do you just take fuel only? Saw 3 wide back there. Derek Bouchard made a move on Marcus Sachi and Michael Gregory. TJ Henley finally gets cleared. Jeff Bright down low. Adam Garcia with him. Garcia barely missed that crash. He's now up here bound for a top 15 spot. He's currently held right in front of him. It's a 3-way battle for 15th. Jeff Bright, Marcus Sachi, Michael Gregory, and Adam Garcia. Look at these drivers. Racing mid-pack. Back of the pack is pretty crazy, but the front's a little calm. These drivers are racing like they're battling for the win. It's crazy, this 3 and 4 wide that we're seeing back here. We mentioned they're not battling up front. However, don't count Kashawn Richardson out. He's been flying through the field. He's up to second now, trying to get to Carter Friesen and make a pass. So they're coming to 15 to go this time by. When does the first person hit pit road? And who will that first person be? Marshall Burrow up the racetrack from 5th. Allows Anthony Fox to the inside for that spot. 15 laps remain in the opening race at the ISM Raceway. We've had 1 caution flag so far, 1 pit stop so far. But a second pit stop is looming large for these front runners. Anthony Fox moves to 5th, puts the 95 back to 6th. Jose Mills just fine, wants to shuffle that 95 high. Mills is second in points. Burrow's the points leader. But Pez shuffles to 27 high. And here comes Nichols in the 48 with a nice run. Front of the field goes flying by. The battle's on for 7th. As Pez jumps low. Here comes Schoens on Nichols for 9th. He gets in line. They're still side by side. 32 and the 27. Can Carter Friesen hold off for another win out in Arizona? Can Kashawn Richardson get to him and make the pass for the win? Can Trey Rainey come from the pole, come from 3rd where he is now, and get to victory lane? Who has to pit? And when do they pit? 12 laps of racing to go this time by. Carter Friesen. We're getting to that point now where they're going to have to pit soon. They pit around what? Lap 14, lap 15. About 20 laps into the run. They go about 25. I'm expecting the next about 5 laps. We could start to see some drivers come down pit road. Friesen has fallen off the pace a little bit though. The 3 is closed in nicely. Have to wonder if Friesen maybe is saving some fuel. Does he think they can make it from here? Those are the yellow lights though. They are, because Roman Fenway has crashed. We are going to get a restart. Now who's going to lead them back to the yellow? Richardson or Friesen? Back to our second yellow of the Grainger 500. It'll be Carter Friesen out front. 10 to go that time. Right there. Yellow flag for the race leaders. And now what do they do on pit stops? And these top three, they're going to have a nice advantage if they decide to come down pit road because fourth on back, slow because of the yellow flag. Here they come. Into pit road. Does anyone dare stay out? Does anyone dare do a different strategy? The top three are in. The whole field coming in now. Lap cars are staying out. The 11 to 19 are some lap cars. I believe the 35 is as well. Same for 43. And these top three, they have a nice advantage. What are they going to do here on these pit stops? 2, 4, none. If I'm the front three, I'm taking at least 2 tires. They had such good advantage. The 3 is in. Fuel only for Krishan Richardson. Carter Friesen, same story there. How about Trey Rainey? Fuel only. Richardson leaves in front. He beat the 34 off. Friesen is still in his pit stall. The front two get away. Friesen finally leaves, but he's further back in the pack now. Pit strategy comes up late with the yellow flag. And now out front for what should be the final restart, Krishan Richardson will lead the race into the 3. Let's go see the reason for the yellow flag, though. What brought out the caution? We mentioned the crazy racing back in the field, and it led to a wreck finally. As they came off turn number 2, they're 4 wide, pinching together. Fitzwater, Max Harrison comes down to the 9. A3 spins with the 9 into the wall for Fitzwater hard, into the 15 Thompson, sliding on the racetrack, and he's going to get hit hard right here by the 13 of Roman Fenway. Comes in and clobbers the 9 in the rear end, and it brings out the yellow flag. And it was very close to our racers taking the yellow. Our race leaders were seconds from taking the caution flag. Watch this. You'll see when the flag comes out. Look at that. Cactus turns yellow just as the 26 crossed. So the front three got very lucky there. But now on pit cycles, Krishan Richardson beats Carter Friesen out. Trey Rainey beats Carter Friesen out. It's a whole new top three, and they have lap cars in front of them. Who will win? The Grainger 500 ISM will come back green with about 5 to go here in the Gatorade Cup Series. Coming back green right here, it'll be with 6 laps of racing on lap number 42. So we do have a chance for another restart if a yellow flag were to come out. Roman Fenway out from the crash. Multiple cars 1 lap down. But look at all of them on the tail end. The 35, 19, 11 did not come down pit road. They're on the tail end. Riley's Tube goes back to 1 down. 29 cars theoretically on the lead lap. Krishan Richardson leads the race, getting off pit road first. Trey Rainier pulls there behind him in second. Points there, Marshall looking for his 3rd this season in 3rd. 4th for Anthony Fox. 5th for Dale Lanning. Friesen back to 7th because of pit stops. Green flag back out ISM. The 3 went high in the 43. 6 to go. The 3 breaks low. Trey Rainey trying to block the 95. Marshall Burl looks 3 wide. Trey Rainey trying to keep him clear now. Rainey's clear as a run for the 3 now. Trey gets in line for now. Anthony Fox up top. He'll fall back. 5 to go. Yellow flag went into ISM. Krishan Richardson leads the race and a scramble behind inside the top 5. Marshall trying to keep 3rd. Carter Friesen trying to come back forward. Cars going to start hitting the pits. These lap cars are going to start hitting the pits. They're 3 wide now. Trey Rainey gets clear. Carter Friesen flying up. He'll get the 3rd right here. Marshall Burl. Will the speed, though, carrying back forward. 4 laps remain. Krishan Richardson. Can he make it through? There's sign up the racetrack in front of the 3. He's got to be wary of that. He's taking advantage so many times. Do you want to do it with lap cars, though? He'll fall behind the 19. 19, remember, is the 18's teammate. Will that play a factor? Krishan Richardson goes up the racetrack. Trey Rainey is there to the inside. 3 laps remain. 3 miles. They're side by side. And Carter Friesen in 3rd with Nathan Stamps up to 4th. Where does that 16 come from? Off to turn 1. Trey Rainey, Krishan Richardson side by side. Move the 18 to the top spot. Here comes Carter Friesen down low. Can Friesen win it? 4 wide back behind them. Carter Friesen on the back of the 18 now. Can he make the move? 2 laps remain. Carter Friesen now for the lead. He's looking. Can he get there? It's a flat corner. This is where he can make some moves. Now Carter's going to be pinned. Trey Rainey goes high. Here comes Carter Friesen, but he couldn't make it stick. The 18 gets away on corner exit. And he pulls ahead. Trey Rainey with a massive gap. Coming to the white flag. And the Grainger 500. Trey Rainey leads last lap. Our pole sitter has not dominated this race at all. He fell back. He was inside the top 5 all day. And then, with a late race pit stop, his team got him out in second. He made the pass on the 3. He's going to hold off Carter Friesen. Final set of course for Trey Rainey. He'll win at the ISM Raceway in the Gatorade Cup Series. Trey Rainey wins in Phoenix. 3 wide across the stripe. Cars everywhere. Trey Rainey, though, wins the race. He is the first ISM Raceway winner in the Gatorade Cup Series as he holds off Carter Friesen and the others to get to victory. Let's go see the finish results from a crazy opener at the ISM Raceway. Here's how they finished in the Grainger 500, the ISM Raceway. 2 caution flags for 8 laps, 4 lead changes, 4 different drivers in laps here today at the ISM Raceway. As Trey Rainey from the pole led 15 laps, the second most of anyone here today. He gets the victory lane over Carter Friesen, who dominated the race. 19 laps led for the driver of the 34, but he ends up in the second position. So close there at the end. If he didn't have to lift, come off turn 2 when he was getting beside the 18, he maybe had a shot. Nathan Stapleton ends up in 3rd from 32nd. Where did he come from? 4th for Dale Lightning, right where he started. And because Sean Richardson rounds out the top 5, he led 6 laps. Diego Yepes in 6th, Anthony Fox 7th, Marshall Burrow in 8th extends that points lead, 9th for TJ Henley and Jose Mills. Another great day inside the top 10, but he stayed 2nd in points. Here are the top 20. Nathan Ormond in 11th, Isaac Nichols just by him in 12th, Anthony Nez in 13th, 14th for Michael Gregory, Justin Zidell in 15th. They have JJ Reed from 2nd back to 16th, Anson Charlebaugh 17th, Cole Luigi 18th, Jay Jefferson 19th, and Keegan Thompson rounds out the top 20. Max Anderson 21st, 22nd for Eli Bright, 23rd for Levi Shones. Derek Bouchard started 3rd, led 7 laps early, but fell back to finish 24th. That 20 car did not have the pace late in the race. 25th for Riley Sampson, 26th for Luke Rainey. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 27th, and Carson Bowers in 28th. Marcus Hachi fell lap down 29th, and with Jeff Bright in 30th. 31st for Adam Garcia, 32nd for Edwin Mendez. Steve Morgan 33rd, 34th Riley Spurley-Tube, and 35th for Casey Nanico. Roman Fenway oil pump issues for him put him out of the race. Scott Gregory was out of the race in 37th. Griffin Lynn 38th. William Bowen 39th. Sebastian Kugel on 40th. 41st John Speaker, and 42nd for Ryan Brommer. Now let's go see the point standings after the West Coast swing in the Gatorade Cup Series. Here are the points after the West Coast swing. Marshall Burrow still on top. 35 points have Jose Mills in 2nd. Those two have separated themselves big time from the rest of the field. 131 points back of the 27. Roman Fenway in 30th, 166 back of the points lead. Nathan Orman holds 4th. Isaac Nichols in 5th. They have 6th is Eli Bright. 7th place for Dale Lightning. 8th for Cole Luigi. 9th is Zachary Fitzwater Sr. And Nathan Stapleton rounds out the top 10. So we look at the top 20. And how about, we mentioned I don't want to jinx them, but Hendrick Motorsports, 4th, 5th, and 6th in points. The best they've looked in a long time at the start of the season. The question is, can they hold it? Keegan Thompson is only 1 point out of the top 10, 11th. Riley Spurge is only 5 out in 12th. Carson Bowers in 13th has a win. He is our first wildcard spot. 14th is TJ Henley, 15th for Michael Gregory. Then 16th is Anthony Charlebaugh. Griffin Lynn with the win. He's 17th. He has the other wildcard spot. He's actually tied with Pez in 18th. Jay Jefferson's only 3 back of the wildcard spot in 19th. And Riley Sampson rounds out the top 20. As we look down, 21st is now Trey Rainey. A great rebound for him with the win here today in Phoenix. Moves on to 21st in points and within a shot at a wildcard spot. 22nd for Carter Friesen at 2nd place here today. Moves him up greatly. 23rd for Edwin Mendez. Marcus Sachi 24th. Anthony Nelson 25th. Adam Garcia, Justin Zidell, Max Anderson, Kashawn Richardson, and Anthony Fox are inside the top 30. Then Bullen, Nanico, Kukulon, Shones, Reed, Jeff Bright, Buford, Luke Rainey, Morgan Bouchard, Scott Gregory, and Ryan Brommer down at the bottom of the points, looking for some good runs to move them up through the field. We'll look ahead to race number 7. We're down at the West Coast. We're now going to go short track racing at the Richmond Raceway for the Target 400. I will see you guys then.